Hey guys, welcome back to Motorcycle Maintenance Channel. Today we're going to do our buddy's bent R3 motorcycle clip-on. So stay tuned and watch what we do. First thing we're going to do, guys, is take out this bar end weight stop. Bar end slider. Alright, take him out. Next, we're going to come here underneath it, and there's going to be a screw right here that holds this on. We're going to take him out. Well, can't get to them. We're actually going to take out the handlebar because it's kind of hard to get to it the way it's bent. So I'm going to pull this cap off here. This cap. Remove that. And then proceed to loosen the bolt underneath it. Now it's loose because I didn't really tighten it when we replaced the ignition. We're going to just continue to loosen that a little bit more than what it is. And loosen this bolt here. It's the only bolt that pinches the bar to the fork tube. There we go. And that'll allow us to a little bit better access to the screw. And we'll loosen this screw here. No, gotta pull it out more than that. It's this screw over here. This screw is probably not necessary to replace or to take off. But we did. Okay. Now I bent the bar down like that because I want you guys to see the screw. But ideally, you wouldn't want to put this and hang it lower than the cable. I did it like that for the viewers at home. Ideally, you'd want to get underneath there and do it. Oops. Okay. We have to disconnect these two wires here that go to the brake. It's your brake wires that activate the brake light when you hit the brake switch. Do you see them? The little spade connectors, these two right here. They fit on these little spade connectors back here. So there's the throttle tube assembly. Took him off. Disconnected the spade brake wires. Now we're going to take off these two 8mm bolts that hold the brake lever onto this bent handlebar. These 8mm bolts. here. And they're not going to be on there very tight, only 10 Newton meters. They will snap if you over tighten them, I promise you. And we're going to have to loosen them quite a bit because this thing is bent pretty bad. There it is. Now we'll get our new part. And for those of you at home, that's part number 1WD F612200. And it's basically just your handlebar. As you can see, it's a lot straighter than our old one. Should probably take his weight out too. All right. We're going to remove the weight. I would recommend that you guys get a new weight that comes with the handlebar. We don't have that, so we're just going to remove the old one. And these are kind of a pain to take out. And what I did was tighten the screw back into the weight, and now I'm going to put it between my feet and pull up. Like that. Now we got to take it back out. And that was actually quite a bit of force I put on that. So, just so you know. All right, it's prepped and ready to go. The throttle tube more or less spins on here, so I'm going to put a little bit of grease on here. Just regular old grease. First, we're going to put our brake lever through, and then slide our tube through. So there's a hole in this handlebar right here. This little pin inside your ignition switch lines up and fits on that hole like that. So you want to line this up over here and then close it to where it goes on the hole. Do you get the hole? Cool. It goes on the hole. That'll go in like that. Put that little bolt in. This is probably relevant. This long screw that we took out of it right here. Fell off the hole. Long screw goes in here. And we'll tighten it up. Do you see that screw over there, Cobra? The screw that does not have threads from here to here goes in the front, and this screw that has threads all the way from top to bottom goes in the back over here. Right there. And they go in at 1.5 Newton meters. So don't over tighten it, but I don't really have a torque wrench that's going to measure something that low either. But you just do it regular tight. When the screw stops spinning, stop torquing. Okie dokie. Now we got to plug in our brake lights that we unplugged. This one here, it is a brown brake wire, goes on the rear spade connector, and the yellow one goes on the front, or I'm sorry, the brown one goes on the front spade connector, and the yellow wire goes on the rear spade connector in the back. Okay, now we're going to tighten those guys up to 10 Newton meters. Use our hands to get them down a little bit. All right, now we grab our handy dandy torque wrench, put them at 10 Newton meters. That's 8mm bolt. It might seem silly to use a torque wrench here, but I really don't want to snap these bolts. I want to be done with this. Not that I don't love this R3, but it needed a lot of love. All right, it feels better. Take him down. This one here, the torque on it is not that important, but the one below it, this pinch bolt that we're going to put in here, that is kind of important. That's going to be 21 Newton meters. I'm going to tighten. I can feel 21 Newton meters a lot better than 10, so I'm going to just tighten that one really tight. You guys that are doing this to your beloved R3 at home are going to want to put that at 21 Newton meters. Put our little cap. There we go, cleans it up nicely. And pull that bolt out of the old one. Remember, this bolt, guys, is 21 Newton meters. Which is about that tight. All right, and now our bar end slider. Tighten him back on. And when you tighten these guys, you want to make sure there's no interference with the throttle tube. So, come back just a hair on him. And because this guy took such a hard little whack, it's kind of bent. Again, this is your nice R3 at home that hadn't been stolen and dropped and has all this already on there. You're not going to want to do that. But then again, your bar insider is not going to be marred like this either, and twist it to the side. All right, good action there. That's what we want. That'll pass tech inspection. All right, guys. Thanks for watching, and stay out of the grease.